best sound ever. That and like the sound of opening a fresh can of tennis balls, you know what I mean? Or like hitting a tennis ball. Three best sounds ever. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new. Hi, my name is Kendall, and here we talk about all things makeup and all things makeup related, sometimes other stuff. And today, as you can tell by the title, we are doing a Toast It or Roast It. This is the second video in my Toast It or Roast It series. You guys seem to really like the first one, and I'm so happy because I love talking about makeup, so we're gonna do it again. This series is 100% directly inspired by Samantha March's Will I Buy It series. That's where I got the idea to do this, so all credit goes to her on this. I know a lot of other creators on the platform do this kind of video. I know Smoky Glow does Yes or Pass. There's so many, and I wanted to join in on the fun, so I decided to start doing Toast It or Roast It. If you are new to this kind of video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be going through Instagram on some of the makeup release pages, Trend Mood, just some different brand pages, and I'm going to just start randomly picking some new releases that I see, and we are either going to toast it or we are going to roast it. I don't want to make this intro too long and drawn out, so let's go ahead and get into the makeup. e.l.f. is coming out with a putty bronzer. I am definitely gonna try this. The great thing about e.l.f. products is they're so affordable, so if it's something you get and you don't like it, you're really only out a couple of bucks, which I know, you know, money is money and it all adds up, but I would rather be out like $4 than $40, you know what I mean? The e.l.f. Putty Blush is absolutely amazing. I love it so much and I recommend it to everybody. And the e.l.f. Primer Infused Bronzer, which is what I used in my full face of e.l.f. video I just did, is my new favorite bronzer. It went into my everyday makeup drawer. It's what I've been wearing nonstop. It's the best bronzer for my skin and my skin tone. Love it so much. So I can't wait to try this. I'm sure it's going to be excellent if it's anything like the Putty Blush, and I can't wait to use it. So definitely really interested in that. I think it's a great idea, and I'm kind of surprised they didn't come out with that sooner. It's available right now and it's $6. So the next screenshot I have is another bronzer, and I already bought this and I am waiting for it to get to me all the way from overseas. And this is the Modern Bronzer from Vive. Mini story time. Last Monday, I had a horrible migraine. I get these horrible migraines like every few months, and they are like debilitating. I can't do anything. Like my eyesight gets all wacky and I'm just useless. So I was in bed all day long and I started watching Jamie Genevieve for the first time. I've like heard of her, but I never actually watched her. I'm mad at every single person out there who has not told me to watch Jamie Genevieve before. I love her so much. If you haven't watched her, please do. I'll have her channel linked down below. She is so beautiful. I'm obsessed with her, and she's got this thick, gorgeous Scottish accent, and I've been like just putting her on in the background all day long. Like whenever I'm getting ready or doing my hair or doing my makeup, I constantly have either a makeup tutorial going or like one of her vlogs going because I love her accent so much, and I love the way she does makeup. And I don't know, I'm really on a Jamie Genevieve kick. And she also has her own makeup brand called Vive, and I'm such a sucker. Like, so I started watching Jamie Genevieve literally the day I figured out who she was, and then that night I ordered the eyeshadow palette, a couple lipsticks. I bought, what else did I get? I got a few other things from the brand, and then like a few days later the bronzer released and they look really beautiful. So I purchased it. Again, it's coming from overseas, so it's probably gonna take a little bit to get to me. I got it from Cult Beauty, so we'll see, but I'm really excited about it, and I'm just like, I'm such a like huge fan of hers now. I think she's absolutely wonderful, and it's like her and Bailey Sarian give me like the same vibe, kind of. Like if oh my god, my like dream collaboration would be like Bailey Sarian and Jamie Genevieve. Can you imagine? Anyway, getting that, super excited for it. They look really nice, and I can't wait to try it. Next up is a palette from Glamlight. This is already out. This is the Michaela Glamlight collection. I think this is really pretty, but it's just not for me. It's a gorgeous palette, and if I just had like infinite amounts of money, I would buy this just to have it, but it's just not for me, I'm very much into neutrals right now. I'm very much into very minimalist makeup. Like, I've been loving like minimal eyeshadow with a heavier blush right now. That's kind of what I'm really into. So while this is a gorgeous palette, and I think if you're into color, I think this would be such a slam dunk palette for you. Did I just do a sports reference? Who am I? If you're into colorful makeup, I think that this would be such a great palette. Glamlight has amazing formulas, and I'm so glad that they're doing palettes in like standard packaging and not like food packaging. Like this is a hamburger palette, which is shaped like a hamburger, which yeah, it's adorable, it's cute, but I literally have all my Glamlight food palettes on my floor under my desk because they don't fit anywhere else. So, and Michaela is an incredible makeup artist. It's so insane how good she is, and she's so talented, and she just seems like the nicest person. So while it's not a color story for me per se, I think it would be a really good buy. This I really don't like. I saw this and I was like, huh? Hourglass is coming out with single eyeshadows so you can kind of create your own palette. This bothers me so much when they do pans like this. Is that like a 90-degree angle? I don't know. I hate it. I hate the way this looks. I think it looks cheap. I think it looks just so wasteful and so dumb. Like the design of this to me is so dumb. I hate it. This looks like when I used to have to graph stuff in high school, and like I have really shaky hands, so it would be like, you know what I mean? Like it's not even straight. I hate it. Laura Lee Los Angeles is coming out with a new Candy Skies collection. It's a palette and then I think 2 lip products. This doesn't do anything for me. I'm kind of over pastel palettes. It's pretty. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just nothing new. It's nothing we haven't seen before. I do think it's really cute that she did this in collaboration with her niece. And I loved their video that they did together announcing this. I thought it was so cute. Palette, it's cute. Like there's nothing wrong with it. And I know a lot of people were going nuts over it and were just really crazy about it, but it's just nothing that's calling to me. Maybe if it ever goes on sale down the road, I might be interested in it. But for right now, it's just another pastel-y palette. And while the swatches look nice and everything, it's not for me. Nice, but not for me. You know what I'm saying? KVD Vegan Beauty, or whatever they are now. Katniss, Vulturi, Damon Salvatore are coming out with a new eyeshadow palette called the Planet Fanatic palette. I love the effort to be recyclable. I think anything that any brand does to be more like environmentally friendly, I'm all for it. I think it's great, but the eyeshadows look like these swatches look horrendous, and the packaging is just bad. I saw someone talking about this and they said they thought this was a Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette when they first looked at it, and I 1000% back that up. This looks like a Wet n Wild drugstore palette that would probably cost you like $8 or $9. KVD is asking $45 for this palette. I think KVD, they need they need to like just hire a bunch of new people on their creative team because they're just not doing it. KVD used to be such a cool brand. Their palettes were so unique and so interesting, and now it's just like, okay. All right, let's talk about the Bougie Rouge collection from Jaclyn Cosmetics. I bought the entire collection, and I regret nothing. It's so good, you guys. It is so good. Let me know if you want a video on it. I just kind of figured that a lot of people that got theirs in PR and stuff and that have gotten theirs before me have already done reviews and stuff, and I don't want to do one if it's not gonna like be helpful for anybody. So if you want me to do a video on it, let me know. I'd be more than happy to do so, but I'm so glad I got it. It is so beautiful. I have one of the cream stick blushes on right now. You guys, they're so pigmented. They're so pigmented and they're so good. Originally, when I first saw it, I was just gonna get one of the palettes and then one of the stick blushes and then one of the lip products. I couldn't help myself. On launch day, I was like, something inside me is telling me to get it all, and I did. And it was a lot of money, but you know what? I regret nothing because everything is so good. Do I want to say the best blush I have? It's good. It's so good. The palette is so pigmented. I barely like tapped my brush in it one day and it was like full pigment. It's so good. I'm just gonna keep saying the same thing over and over again, but trust me, if you're hesitant on getting it, I'm telling you right now, pull the trigger. You don't have to get the whole collection. You don't have to be psycho like I was, but if there's something that you were looking at that you're eyeing, I'm telling you right now, it's so worth it. It's so worth it. It's so good. ABH is coming out with another Norvina palette, and this is the Norvina Volume 5. I don't like purple eyeshadows. I know like purple shadows kind of complement brown eyes, which I have. I'm not a purple girl. You know, okay, so so tell me if I'm wrong. Do we all know like a purple girl? Like there's somebody in your life that is like, everything's purple. They love purple. Their screen name is like Purple Girl 93. There's that one girl that you know that loves purple. We all know one. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Or are you the purple girl? Like you never see that with any other color. Like I love pink. My favorite color is pink. I'm not like shouting it from the rooftops, but purple people are. You know what I mean? Anyway, this just looks like a more muted version of the Norvina Volume 1 palette. So I don't know. I don't like it. I have no interest at all in getting this. Remember when ABH used to be cool? Okay. Melt came out with a new palette and it's called the Brunette palette, and I want this so badly. But the only thing I'm waiting on is I need someone out there that has this palette and has the Urban Decay Naked Honey palette. Please do a swatch side-by-side comparison, or if you've seen a swatch side-by-side comparison, please send me that way because I want to get this palette so bad. But I saw so many people in like the comments of Melt's post showing this, like,
this looks just like Urban Decay and Naked Honey.
And I'm like, does it? Because I have Naked Honey and I don't really see it, but I also like could just be blinded by how much I just want this palette. So as soon as I can see a side-by-side swatch comparison, that's going to kind of determine if I get this palette or not. I love it. It's so boring and it's so neutral, and that is who I am right now. I love it so much. All those tones I wanted. So originally I wanted the Melt Petite stack that came out with like their like nudes collection. It's like the tiny little one and it's all brown tone shades, but it's sold out and I don't know if that was limited edition or not. I think it was limited edition, and that makes me really sad because I wanted it so bad because those are like the perfect shades for me and what I'm looking for. And this palette kind of reminds me of that stack. So I'm like, I could get this in place of that because I can't get the stack anymore. So I don't know, but like I said, I need comparisons to see how similar it is to the Naked Honey. But yeah, I want this palette in the worst way. I like how all these like beautiful, colorful, like really interesting palettes, I'm like, I don't know, not me. And then like just a row of brown and beige eyeshadows and I'm like, oh, yes. Who is this for? Genuinely curious if this you look at and you're like,
yes, gotta have it, love it.
Let me know because I don't get the appeal. I don't think this is anything special. I don't understand. So it's a no for me, if you couldn't tell. Kylie Cosmetics is doing a complete rebrand, I'm assuming. So I talked about this in my last Toasted or Roasted, I think. Kylie Cosmetics website is completely down. If you go on it, it says like sign up to see when we're back. So she posted a teaser, but if you look at the shade names, literally the same lip kits that she's already came out with. So the speculation is that there was an issue with either the formula she was using or like a lab she was using, and there's something behind the scenes and there was some legal trouble. So they're having to separate and reformulate everything. This is literally just stuff that I've read. I have no idea if it's true or not. This is just what I've seen on the internet. So they're reformulating everything apparently, but it's all these shades, I'm reading the names of them from the Instagram post. Sweater Weather, Candy K, Kristen, Brown Sugar, Baddie, Kylie, Boss, 20, Bad Little Thing. Those are already existing lip kits that are out. So I don't understand why if you're doing a rebrand, you would just remake the same shades with like a different formula. I have a ton of Kylie lip kits. Like, I have an embarrassingly amount of Kylie lip kits. I'm not gonna go and buy the same shade with the new formula if I still have it in the old formula. You know what I mean? I don't want to repurchase the same thing that I already had. That'd just be a waste of money for me. Like, even if the new formula is better, it's like, well, what am I supposed to do with all these old lip kits that I have? I just think it's weird. Maybe I'm the only person that thinks this way, but I just think it's really weird that she would do that. Like, just come out with something new. I don't know. So Fenty Beauty is coming out with a new product. This is called Gloss Bomb Heat. And it is their gloss bomb, but it is going to be a lip plumping balm. It says it is a mix of pepper and ginger root that instantly stimulates and plumps for juicy lips. Instant plumping effect. Shimmer-free color that's easily applied alone or layered over lipsticks. Something about the name of the gloss bomb being called like Heat. Just something about Gloss Bomb Heat makes me like, it makes me think I'm gonna like be sick later. I don't know, maybe that could totally be just me, and that's fine. I'm sure it's gonna be a great product. Fenty has amazing products. I love their gloss bombs, but just something about the name of it makes me think I'm gonna be sick after using it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna have like food poisoning or something. I don't know. All right, Colourpop is coming out with their 500th Hello Kitty collection. I have nothing to say except for I don't want it. I don't get it. Colourpop is also coming out with a Cabana Club palette that looks just like all their other palettes that they just came out with. Too Faced is coming out with something called Brow Wig. It says for the full, fluffy, filled-in look of natural, lush brows. That's interesting. I like how it's called Brow Wig because it's clearly a play on from the Anastasia Brow Wiz. We'll see. I'd be interested in picking that up. All right, everybody, that is it for me talking about new makeup releases. Let me know down below if you've tried anything that I mentioned before, or if you're interested in picking up any of these products that I mentioned. If you have a different opinion than me of anything that I said today, that's totally fine. I totally respect it. Please consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, and give this video a thumbs up if you feel like it. And that is it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.